Hello, Sunny here, SW Industrial Gutter Cleaning. We're actually doing something that we used to do, which is a roof clean, scrape and biocide. There's a few tiles that have slipped out, and normally we wouldn't be able to do anything about that, but we've got a cherry picker on site, so I'll just swap the camera around and show you. There's a couple of tiles that have fallen out. You see there, those few gaps. So what I'd like to show you is how you put them back in safely in the basket. Just a couple of things. So this roof in particular, it looks old, but it's not. It's about 20 years old, which isn't old for these type of tiles. So they're made to look old. Now if I just swap the camera around, what happens is this, by the way, I should just say that I'm by no means a roofer, but this is just my method. So what happens is, I don't think that's actually the right part of tile, but the moss starts to grow underneath, and then when it freezes, it expands, snaps the tile, and then when we come to clean the moss off, like underneath that lot, we find that there are broken tiles. So what there will be under here, there will be bearers, so wooden roof battens, and the in this case the flat tiles, they slip over the bearer, so you push them past, they sit on the bearer, you bring them back and they sit there nicely, and then they will either have one or two or no nails in them. So what I often find is there'll be a row where they're all pinned, and then there'll be a few rows where they're not pinned at all, or there'll be a mix of pins here and pins there. Depends on how the roofer did it. But then also yeah, sometimes they'll pin every single one. So just show you how I would do that. I'm going to try and set up the camera so you can see. So I'll go ahead and replace one. Hopefully my phone won't fall over. So I'm going to replace, can you see me or not? I'm going to replace this one. So basically what you do is you lift up the surrounding tiles, you push backwards, and if it's pinned, you'll have to get the pin out. But this one, which is sitting on the rafter, bearer, batten thing, I'm going to try and get the one next to it now as well. Let's see if that's pinned. So that one is pinned. So I'm just going to wiggle it. There is a certain tool you can get to remove the pins a bit easier. Ooh, I do not have one of those. So that's that one, you can see it's pinned. Now I don't have any pins or nails, and I would also have to take all of these surrounding tiles off just to hammer the nails in. So the customer's happy for me to just slide these back in. So you slide them up and over the batten and then bring them down, and then they can't go anywhere. And then again, this one up and over the batten, and then make it slide back down, and then you make sure everything else is slid back down where it should be. And clearly I've got one more there to do, but that's basically it. You lift them, if they've got a pin you need to remove the pin, and then you slide the tile in, set it down behind the batten, and then pull it forward so that you've got the nice rows that you had before. And that is the basics of removing a roof tile and replacing it.